Alright, guys, what's going on? I'm happy to greet all of you watching it right now, streaming live, or if you are joining us later or watching it offline. So, everybody's welcome, and we have a lot of things to discuss today. Okay, so happy to be here. As always, guys, I want to see your questions. Okay, if you have questions, if you have something you want to clarify what I'm saying, or if you have other things going, just let me know. Let me know. Drop that question in the comment section. I will definitely look into that and see what else I can add to you. How did you guys like the past weekend? Oh, you loved it. You loved that roller coaster. I'm pretty sure because we loved it. We had to do and redo the content for our social media for YouTube a few times because the way that craziness, and I'm talking about H1B visa, was developing like wildfire, and because we like to give you the best and the fast content, we had to redo this, and it was just crazy. So it was crazy for you, it was crazy for us, it was crazy for the industry. So let's do the recap. What happened starting Friday and Friday to Monday, basically over the past weekend. And the main thing that happened was a Friday night, Trump announced in the Oval Office that they signing the executive order which applies to all H1B holders, and it requires from now on $100,000 annual fee for all H1B holders. Okay, and it was clear about what they want to do. It was clear what they were saying. And I rewatched those videos a couple of times, and I have no doubt that what they said was the intention of this bill. Okay? It was the intention. Why? Well, because they said it. That's why, because they said it. So it was pretty crazy, and I saw people leaving the airplanes on that day and next day who were Indians flying outside of the US, and it was insane. People crying and really stressed out because they said that those who have H1B right now will when they renew, you have to pay that fee, 100K, or if you leave the country and coming back, you have to pay it, and everybody who will be applying for this visa in the future have to pay it. Wild time, guys. Wild. So Saturday, fast forward, there was such a backlash, such a push from the industry. Everyone participated. We participated, a lot of other attorneys, big companies, big corporations. Elon Musk said he'll fight tooth and nails to get this thing out of the legal system because it was crazy, right? And the impact of that order is just crazy in its initial meaning. And I believe they did not even consult the Trump administration. They did not consult attorneys. They did not consult the industry. They did not read the statistics of those visas. It's just the goal that they want to achieve through this executive order is totally nivellated by the means that they want to do this. Totally. Okay? Because the consequences of all those people losing the jobs because the company is not willing to pay 100K, neither annually nor one-time fee, is immense, right? So I think Saturday they realized that when people gave them a good hint on that, screaming very loud at the top of the lungs, and then they back rolled. And the way they've done it, guys, that's very interesting because you need to understand how US law works. Okay, so the way they explained how that this new law applies was through USCIS. Okay, remember that, very important. USCIS released a memorandum where they explained that, hey, there was misunderstanding. This executive order applies only to the new H-1B holders, the future H-1B holder, which I still think is ridiculous. And there's a good chance they're going to backroll that either. But for right now, that's how it stands. The future H-1B holders, and it's not annually, it's one-time fee. Okay? So USCIS came out with this memorandum, a policy explanation. But guys, the executive order was not addressing USCIS. It was addressing CBP. Okay? That's important to understand. And why? Because that's what the danger is. The double interpretation. So now let me explain how federal agency system works in the US. We have the executive branch, where the president is the think like CEO of executive branch, right? What executive branch does they execute on the laws passed by the Congress. Okay? But sometimes the CEO, Mr. Trump, the President Trump, has the power to write his own orders. Okay? And if that executive order addresses CBP, but explanation comes out of USCIS, those two agencies do not report to each other. So CBP, Customer Border Protection, that's the agency responsible to vet you, sort you out when you come to the US. USCIS is the agency within DHS, Department of Homeland Security, right? So DHS and CBP on the same level, two different federal agencies. So whatever DHS says has no effect on CBP. They don't care because they don't report to each other. They report to the president. So it's crazy because if CBP wants, they can interpret that executive order the way they like it. So this is the legal limbo that we are in right now, because it seems like this law, this executive order, has been explained by the government, but those who explained it could not explain it. My God, welcome to the reality of 2024. Madness, wild, craziness. Those three words pretty much describe it very well. Okay, so I still think that everything's going to be all right, and it's not going to be applied to those who live on H-1B and come back. But legally, that could happen. All right? Okay, so now, as I mentioned, this new law applies only to the future H-1B holders. That starts from March of 2026, the new lottery. I'm wondering how many people are going to be participating in this lottery. And this order is for 1 year until September 2026, unless extended. So it doesn't have automatic extensions. It's only for 1 year. So we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be it's just going to expire and never come back, and everybody forgets about this. Or they're going to push the agenda forward and still make the new H-1B people pay that 100,000 fee. Okay, so that's what's going on with it right now. Okay, now Trump said that they are releasing gold card, the Trump card. And surprise, surprise, it was 5 million before. Now they said it's 1 million for persons, for individuals, 2 million for corporations. I don't know how corporations get a green card. They mentioned something about beneficiary of corporation, and that green card is transferable. Guys, anyone can explain what the hell is going on? What is a transferable green card? My God, they don't know what they're talking about. They have zero understanding how immigration laws work. They don't appear to consult with immigration attorneys, because even like young attorney who've been practicing 3-5 years can explain that that's not how it works. Like green card is not transferable, like citizenship is not transferable. So, but they're not willing to do this. They're just willing to do crazy stuff and then have a backlash from people who know and then do something else. Okay, this is a separate subject. Now, I understand you guys don't have $1 million, or if you do, you don't want to spend it for a green card. What was important about this announcement? Because Trump said, okay, we want to cancel EB-1A and EB-2 because if you're really talented, show us your money. My God, what the hell is going on again? So I know many of you guys be like, oh my God, he's gonna shut down EB-1, EB-2, and if I'm from India, it's gonna be crazy because I have no other means to get the green card. Like I will be forever slave on this boat called America, okay? And if that was true, if they had means to cancel these programs, that's correct. You guys would be forever slaves here. So, and that would be crazy. Now, I know there was a panic in the industry. I had my Indian clients calling me over the weekend in the beginning, texting me, shooting messages in the working groups. It was a craziness. But guys, don't rush. Don't rush. Don't kick up the dust too early. Because neither Trump, nor Lutnick, no anyone else, not the new director of the USCIS, no one out of those politicians can cancel EB-1 or EB-2 or any of those visas. Why? Because those laws are in the books. And to change the law in the US, in the books, we need one out of the two. Number one, rarely a court may do this, but only if there is a problem with the law. These laws have been working for years, for decades or more. So no court is going to be involved here. So the second option is to bring a bill to the US Congress that's gonna cancel those programs, those visas, and first the House of Representatives must vote on it. Second, the Senate must vote on it, and both need to pass it with a majority. Then it goes to the US President's desk, and he must either sign it or do nothing, and then it automatically becomes law. Or veto it, right? If they want to veto. So guys, nothing of this kind, even in a fetus, in the conception, is out there. Okay? No bills were introduced to the committees, to the House of Representatives, to the Senate. None of this is going on. So unless something like this happens, all those blah, 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 blah is just blah, blah, blah. It's just populism, right? They're just talking to talk. So don't worry unless we get something serious, and we will know in advance if it's serious or not. Okay, we will know in advance. But this is a really bad sign regarding the current stance of the Trump administration for legal immigrants, because before we guys with you were discussing the illegal immigration, and I was telling you, hey guys, don't worry, all those moves are against illegal immigrants. Now we have to worry because now the legal immigration is under attack. Okay, so we need to withstand it, we need to do our best, and most importantly, guys, do not postpone your cases. If you think I'm gonna wait till all these things settle down and then do my case, I can tell you right now, this is the worst thing you can do. And I know it from my practice. I've been practicing 10 years. And those who waited got the worst deal. Okay? So you guys should not be one of those. So get that free evaluation. I sent you the links in the chat, in the comment section for this stream. Click on it, fill out the questionnaire, and within 2 days I will break down your case, tell you whether you have chances, whether you have the potential. Okay, let's see what you guys get to say. Gabriel says crazy times. Yes, crazy times, really wild. Anish, what are the chances of green card reform, especially removing country cap? Anish, we need that. We need that report. We need that reform. And I was telling around a year ago that the only way for us to move forward with and be reasonable about the green cards for Indians and everybody else involved, we need to add more green cards to the mix, like extend. Congress should vote to give more green cards, because this amount of green cards been for decades. Times changed. We need to add more green cards to the categories, more than 180,000. It's not enough. It's definitely not enough for the US to move forward. We need to double this amount. But I was also giving you the second option that could happen. That is to raise the scrutiny of those cases and give less approvals. And that's what we see. They choose to give less approvals to stronger cases. Okay, to strong cases. And I don't know if that's gonna change. Excuse me. But that's what's going on right now. Regarding the country cap, I don't see that being changed without adding more green cards. Anish. Truly. Because if they remove the country cap, you guys Indians and the Chinese will suck up all the green cards. And it's going to be crazy. Other countries will be in a disadvantage. But adding more green cards and extending, and by that extending the number of green cards, that would be better, I believe. AP, any news on the exemption for physicians? So yes, this is a good question. So the executive order talks about the exemptions, but it talks about the exemptions more from the standpoint of a national interest. Okay, AP. So I believe that physicians are in the national interest of the US, so you guys will be exempted from that, but you kind of have to prove it. So again, harder and more expensive. Okay, because it adds up. It basically adds to H1B the component of EB2 and IW. And that's the biggest component of EB2 and IW. So now, to get that exemption, the companies will have to pay lawyers more. Okay? So, and I don't know out of whose pocket that's coming, but that's that's still not good. That's still not good. It's still additional bump on the road, which we don't need. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right, guys. Big drop in US student visas from Asia. Okay, so we got the statistics for 2025, and significant drop for Indians, 43%, guys, year to date. Crazy. 43% less students from India. Okay, 24% less from China year to date. Nepal, 17% drop. South Korea, 18% drop. Vietnam is the only major country with increase of 19%. But of course, that 19% is not is not covering the drop from other countries. Okay, so this significantly is going to shift the future of immigration laws and the participation of foreign students in the US economy, and of course that's going to impact the US as well. Why? Because less money for the universities, less professionals entering the labor market, and of course, as the result, less economic activity. Okay? So I don't know. The statistic does not say what caused this drop in F1 students. Is it because US embassies started giving less visas, or it's because there were less petitions for that, right? Or both. So it doesn't say. We will know probably next year, because next year they're going to release the statistics for this year, and then it's going to be clear what exactly happened from the statistics. But again, guys, wild times. All right, so the new visa bulletin for October. So let's take a look. What's happening? What's the move? Okay, let me open the fresh one so I don't have to remember all those numbers. Okay, we're gonna look, let's look at the employment-based preference cases. So EB1A stays the same, current. Didn't move for India, unfortunately, for many months. Has been stagnating. February 2022. Okay, let's look the second category, second preference, December 23 for the rest of the world. Really good. There was a good move. April 23rd for the third EB3, also very good. There was a good jump with these visas. So India did not really change. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. We don't see that moving really fast for Indians. Dates for filing, pretty good for the rest of the world. Even EB2 dates for filing July 2024. That's pretty crazy, because a lot of people can file for adjustment of status if USCIS allows that to do. Okay, let me see what else I wanted to discuss. Okay. Give me the questions, guys. Give me the questions. What else going on? Okay, I see AP. Bloomberg published on Monday a story from the White House regarding possible exemptions for physicians. Yes, and of course that's going to be a developing issue, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to be revising this executive order, making changes, making policies, and trying to kind of maneuver in the craziness what they've done. What really bothers me, guys, it's not the first time that this kind of thing happened. So it feels like the current administration does not learn from their mistakes. And this is a bad sign. Guys, this is a bad sign, because they're going to continue this aggressive approach. No one needs that. No one needs that. And hopefully they learn their lessons and be more thoughtful about big steps like that. So none of you has to stress out. It doesn't add more work to us. It doesn't become more expensive, and it still makes sense. So all these things need to make sense. They did not up to right now, but we're gonna see what the future brings. Darth Vader, how do you think all these events will affect the current visa bulletin and the jobs market? It will. It will actually drop the backlog, I believe. It will drop the backlog, especially for labor certification visas, EB2, EB3, but also EB1 category, because if less people switch to EB1A, EB1B, EB1C from other visas in the US, then, you know, it's going to be less petitions filed, less approvals, and more visas. So that would drop the backlog. But EB2, EB3 is a big deal here, because most of those EB2, EB3s are people on H1B. So less H1B in the future, less filings for EB2, EB3, thus less backlog. Okay? So if you guys were smart and you got approved in the past and you have your priority date and you just wait, then that's beneficial to you. That's beneficial to you. For those who waited for Lord knows what, and now in this situation, you guys were really damaged. You damaged your future, your finance, your nerve system, and things like that. Okay? Again, guys, free evaluation. Get evaluated right now for free. Fill out that questionnaire. I dropped the link in a comment section. Do not wait, guys. It's gonna get worse. I promise. It's gonna get worse. Much worse. Okay? We have so many years with Trump, and probably more with the Republicans. With Vance, I believe he's gonna be the next president. So if you are trying to rely on diversity lottery, okay, I'm always for it. File it, but don't rely on it. On some good changes in immigration laws in the future, it's not happening. Okay, it's just not happening. It never happened before. Why would it happen now? It's crazy to think that way. Yes, past is not indicative of the future, but that's all we have, right? So based on the past, it never became easier. Never. Now it's gonna just intensify how fast and how worse it's gonna become. All right, guys, I'm done. Half an hour, just the way I like it. Thank you for those who came. Thank you for those who will watch offline. Do the free evaluation right now. The link is in this in the comment section. Everybody enjoy the weekend. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.